Hey, what's up, guys? This is Cody the Coin Raptor, and welcome to my channel. I'm here to provide you the best crypto content you can find in 10 minutes. And we're going to start with our Bitcoin chart. All right, Bitcoin has been on a very nice uptrend here. You can see here that it went all the way up to about 24,200, and then it quickly came back down again. And one thing I want you to really pay attention to when it comes to this Bitcoin chart is look at the daily RSI. It's actually at a very important level right now, where it's right now it's at 59. And if you've seen here in the past, I'm gonna move this bar a little bit, you've seen here in the past, it's gone up to about 61 or so on two different occasions. And you can see here and here, it had two different occasions in which went up to about 61 and then immediately came back down again. So one thing I've been paying attention to is it's approaching that 61 level again. And what that means is that buyers are just getting wiped out around this area. Sellers are coming in and they're pushing the price back down again. So one thing to make sure you guys pay attention to is to watch this daily RSI. If Bitcoin can break out of this little pattern here and break above 62, that would be incredibly bullish. Until then, this 62 level is going to be a strong resistance level. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to go down. What it does mean is that it's going to prevent it from moving higher and moving past this resistance right here. So what Bitcoin would need is very strong volume to come in and break through this resistance level of about 61 or so on the daily RSI. That's what I'll be looking for. I'll be watching this. I'll be giving you the most up-to-date information that I can. Follow me on Twitter for that information. And until that happens, I expect that the Bitcoin is probably going to pull back in the near term because it's approaching this level right here, that 61 level. It's going to pull back in the short term. It'll probably wind up retesting 22,400, or it'll go back and retest about 22,800 or so, which is the 200-week moving average. And it's found a lot of support there at the 200-week moving average. We can zoom out here, go to the 200-week. Let me add this. And you can see this is incredibly strong support right here. So I would expect that this has moved up to 22,900. If it comes down, it will bounce there. And if that fails, then it will come back down to 22,400. All right. Next, I want to go ahead and show you guys the Ethereum charts. Ethereum has broken out of this ascending triangle that I put out, and we knew this was going to happen when we looked at this ascending triangle. When I first brought this up, I said I expect Ethereum is going to push out of this ascending triangle, and it has. So it's broken out of the triangle completely, and now it's cleared that resistance level that was so important, that was holding the ETH price back for so long here. And I'll zoom out and you can see it here. So this level right here, about 1730 or so, was extremely strong resistance. Now we've broken through that level. What we need to see is a push through to about 1830 or so, and then move on to about 2000, and that's what I'm going to be looking for. And I think that it can definitely achieve that. Right now, Ethereum has kind of decoupled a little bit from Bitcoin, and it's on a massive rise. But also, when you look at Ethereum's daily RSI, you can see that there's resistance here at about 67 or so in that region. And if it gets above 70, that is traditionally when it's considered overbought. Now, the last time Ethereum got to that level was back in April, and that was early April too, on top of that. So that's going to be pretty strong resistance. If you go here in the daily RSI for Ethereum, look for this level at about 68 or so. It has not been able to drive through it, and right now it's at 65. So I actually do expect it's probably going to pull back a little bit, just like with Bitcoin, and still continue this run up. You can see here it has a very clear pattern of running up and then moving sideways to down a little bit and then moving back up again. So I'm expecting a small pullback in the short term for Ethereum. All right, so let's move on to a major development in the crypto space, and that is HODLNOD. HODLNOD is another crypto service like Celsius that allows users to put their funds in there, and they will in turn achieve a large interest or large APR. And right now, HODLNOD has come out and they've said, well, we're halting withdrawals just like Celsius. So I think we've already seen this playbook. They're concerned about a bank run. And most likely what's going to happen with HODLNOD is they're probably going to wind up declaring bankruptcy, because it seems like, and many people have called this out, including this this Twitter user who I have noticed, who was actually one of the very first people to report on Celsius. His name is Fatman at FatmanTerra, and he was also one of the very first people to report on the Terra Luna collapse. So he actually pointed this out back in June 26th of some degeneracy, some CeFi degeneracy, he calls it. And he's saying that HODLNOT is lying to its users, and he's saying that they're putting their money in high leverage situations, and they were involved in the Terra Luna disaster, and they lost significant amount of money with Terra Luna, which I wouldn't be surprised. But I definitely recommend to come and check out Fatman and his Twitter profile, because he has been extremely helpful. He's got some informants that give him some interesting information. And so he called this out back in the 26th of June. But HODLNOT came out and they said, well, we're pausing withdrawals because we're trying to avoid illiquidity, or that's my interpretation of it. Just like with Celsius, they're trying to avoid this illiquidity and avoid a bank run in which people try to withdraw their money and they can't withdraw their money because the money isn't there anymore, because they've gambled it away on things like UST, Anchor, and leveraged accounts and shorting, and they've completely, they don't have the funds currently for users if they want to withdraw them. All right, next, very important news that came out. This is this crypto mixing service, Tornado Cash, has been blacklisted by the US Treasury. And so the reason why it's been blacklisted by the Treasury is the Treasury has determined that they are a national security concern, because they have been linked to North Korean hackers who use the mixer to launder stolen crypto funds. So for those of you who don't know, a crypto mixing service is a service in which you can put your cryptocurrency in a pool, and then you can withdraw it without giving away your public address. So the Treasury Department is barring users in the US from using this Tornado Cash service. Now, I'm not sure exactly how they can track the users specifically, especially if there's no KYC involved. I'm not entirely sure about how they enforce it either. So we'll have to just see how this plays out, and I'll give you guys more information as it becomes available to me. All right, so that's all I've got for you today. If you like this content, please like and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter. I greatly appreciate that. Let me know what I can do better, and leave a comment. This is Cody the Coin Raptor, signing out.